How are we doing? And a warm welcome to another 2026 Cheltenham Festival anti-post preview. Today we're going to look at the Mayor's Novice Hurdle. The market is still very muddy. I've been going through it for the last 4 days in sort of chunks, and it's really tough to find something. But I have found something that I'm quite happy with. So we'll crack on. We'll have a look at it. So first of all, who wins the Mayor's Novice Hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival? This is the 11th renewal of the race. Willie won the first 5, but he hasn't had a winner for 6 years. So he's overdue a winner. Henry's won it a couple of years. Jamie Snowden, Jeremy Scott and Harry Fry have also won it. Age-wise, you can see it ties in a little bit like the Supreme. Anything younger than 5, there's no winners. Anything older than 6, there's no winners. And I'm going to be guided by that once again. So we're looking for a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old. So we'll crack on and get stuck into it. So the market... I'm not going to go through every horse and bore you to death because I've got a headache from what I've been doing over the last 4 days. I really have gone through every horse, so I won't inflict that on yourselves. I'll summarise it with all the relevant stuff. We'll start with Bambino Fever. I think if she runs in this, I think she wins it. I think she wins it easily. I think she's Willie's best novice hurdler. Now, because of that, I have a feeling, and just going on what Patrick said the other day, I have a feeling she's going to go for the Supreme Novice Hurdle. And if you look at my video on the Supreme Novice Hurdle, I think she was like 40-1 for it, but I did say that could be a massive price come the festival because she looks like she could be Willie's best novice. So I wouldn't be looking at taking 2-1 on her. She might be even money on the day if she does run in this race, and I think she wins it easily. But there you go. So that's Bambino Fever. I think could be going for the Supreme. Old School Outlaw is a lovely filly. She beat Bambino Fever the other day. I think it's more of a like Bambino will come good in the springtime and be far better than Old School Outlaw, but certainly it was a good performance the other day, and she is a good filly in her own right. If Bambino doesn't run in this race, she'd have to be one of the favourites, if not the favourite. But at 8-1, as we sit at the minute, I've looked for something a bit bigger, and that's what I've done. Le Conquier is running in a race of the weekend, and we'll keep an eye on her. At the weekend, but just in what she's done, I don't think really she deserves to be 10-1 for this. Carrickmorna Spruce is a little bit exposed now, I think, and as good as she is, my take on her, I would have aimed her at a handicap. To be honest, I just don't think she's quite good enough to win this race. So going down, Echoing Silence from Henry. Look, I'm a little bit picky with things sometimes. She's been very impressive. I think it's 4 out of 5 she's won. But the only time she's gone left-handed there at Navan she was very disappointing. So for that reason, and based on the price she is, I'm going to leave her alone. Monge 2 is only 4 and will surely go for the Triumph. We go down. Future Prospect looks a nice filly, but again, I'm looking for a reason to back her, and there's nothing really jumping out at me. As much as she is a really nice filly, I've overlooked her. As we go down, Christmas a nice filly, and I do believe she's running at the weekend as well, so it'll be one to keep an eye on. But the first one that would be on the shortlist is Shaolin. She's won at Cheltenham. She won the Aintree bumper last season very well, and since then Paddy Toomey's put her on the flat And although she's 25-1 here, on Paddy Power, she's not in the betting. So she would have been the selection, I think. I really do think she would have been the selection, but because she's not in the betting with a lot of firms, I'm gonna swerve her. But certainly one to keep an eye on, Show Lin. Aqua Force ran in the champion bumper last season and was pulled up halfway round. She never went a yard. But looking at the form of that race before it, the victory she had, she was arguably one of the most impressive horses going into the race, but she remained a big price, and there was obviously something wrong with her on the day. But she is one to keep an eye on, Aqua Force for Willie Mullins, JP McManus. But of course, we just need to see what else is going to happen before we can start getting confident with her. As we go down, Galileo Dame would very much interest me. She ran in the race last year and finished sixth, but finished quite strongly. And that ties in with a few of the winners that have ran in this race and sort of ran well but not placed, ran respectively, kept their novice status, and then came back the next year and won the race. Concertista is one. I think Tell Me Something Girl is another. And I think there's another one in there somewhere along the line that's done it also. So she would tie in with a lot of the stats. But the only other thing that's put me off again, with Paddy Power, she's not even in the betting. So I'm wondering, is something happened to her, or is there other plans for her? So that's another reason. She would have been the selection as well, but she's... I'm going to overlook her and just keep an eye on her, but certainly one that would interest me. Switch from Diesel is a little bit like Carrickmorna Spruce. Ties in with some of the champion bumper form last season and is a really, really nice horse. But again, I just feel there'll be one or two that are going to be too good for her. Subsequently, I would have targeted a handicap also with her. As we go down, Salsina's a nice filly and could be very much overpriced, but again, I just swerved her a little bit on the quality front. Alphonse is interesting, but I'm gonna get to the selection now. Was there anything else there worth mentioning? That I'm gonna get to the selection now. It's the Dan Skelton Supreme Supreme Malinas. Now, I'm a little bit sick because when I saw her on Monday night, she was a huge price. She was like 33-1 or possibly even 50-1 for the race. And I was very excited. She has been backed into 20s with Paddy Power, unfortunately. So that's the price I'm going to put her up as, 20-1. What I really do like about her is there's a few things. She's ran really well against Idaho Sun. And I think Idaho Sun might surprise a few now in the Supreme. I think he could run really well in the Supreme. And they were really good runs. What I also like this season, so she's won over 2.5 this season. She's unbeaten 2 out of 2, and she's won over the 2.5. So we know she'll have no problem with the trip at all. Form in heavy ground there, so stamina is no issue whatsoever. She's a really, really nice filly. She battled well the last day to get her head back in front. But what I really like about her is she's entered this Saturday at Ascot in a Grade 2 open company mares hurdle. Now, if Dan's entering her in an open company hurdle, what does that tell you? I mean, that tells you all you need to know. Sorry, just try and click on it. Does it have the race card there? He also has that other filly of his that other mare of his that runs quite well. Can't think of it. Let's Dance or something is it called? Take No Chances. But he has Supreme Malinas in this race on Saturday, so keep an eye on her. If she was to win this race on Saturday, she'd be favourite for the Mare's Novice. But the fact she's already entered for the race tells you everything you need to know. There's that La Conquière who's also entered, but I do prefer Dan's filly in it. So she is going to be the selection. Just to summarise on it. Where are we now? We'll just quickly summarise our selection there. So I really like Shaolin, but unfortunately doesn't seem to be in the betting with a lot of the firms, so I'm gonna swerve her. And I really like Galileo Gold as well, with that angle of returning for another go at it. But again, she's not in the betting. A few others there to keep an eye on, but the selection for the 2026 Mares Novice Hurdle will be some Supreme Malinas. I'm going to put her in at 20 to 1 and not 40. That seems to be advertised here because she's been backed into 20s. I presume that's because she has the entry in the open hurdle there at the weekend. Okay. So many thanks for tuning in. If you could like and subscribe, that would really help the channel out. I am going to have some selections for Saturday. I'm going to put a video up for Saturday for some selections at Ascot and Haydock. It's a decent day's racing, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to that. And other than that, I shall speak to you next Thursday.